The pi operator takes a bunch of different factors and multiplies them together. And our factors are a function that depends on our I value. And our I value is something that just increments by 1 until it gets to the finished place, at which point it stops. Okay, well, that sounds sort of abstract. Let's look at an idea or an example. So in this particular problem, we have I values from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these I values will generate our factors, which we're going to multiply together. So 8 minus I is the expression that's going to generate my factors, and so when I equals 0, we have 8, and then 7, and then 6, 5, 4, 3. So therefore this expression is just a tidy, neat, complete way of expressing the product of 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3. So the pi operation is just a nice way to wrap up a lot of multiplications in one nice statement. Let's look at it going backwards. So imagine we have these numbers being multiplied together. The first question is, how many numbers are being multiplied together? And we see that there are 6 numbers. So typically, and it doesn't always need to be this way, but typically we start with I equals 0, and for there to be 6 factors, we're going to go up until I equals 5. Because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 6 different factors. And so now we need to figure out some sort of an expression that will get me these factors as a function of I. So as a function of I, well, maybe one thing we could do is we could say, well, let's start at 5. And then what do we notice? Well, this is just a linear progression. They're increasing by 2's, so we could do plus 2I. And just to check to see if, and that's our answer. And then to check to see if that works, let's just plug in our different I values. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when we plug those in, we're going to get 5 times 7 times 9 times 11 times 13 times 15, which gets us back the same thing that we started with. But what's nice about writing it in pi notation is that it takes much fewer factors to write out. You can write it much more complete. Especially, let's think about if you wanted to multiply, like 1,000 or 1,000,000 things together. Instead of writing out all those different factors, we could just write out one neatly wrapped up pi notation. That's it.